demon, what am I? It's time for me to choose my path. The power of my God hand, no evildoer will get past. Hand to hand or fist to fist, kick the nuts or twist your wrist. God power keeps my pimp hand strong, so trust me or you won't last very long. Dragon kick your ass into the Milky Way. Milky Way. Don't act like you don't like the Bulbasaur. Bulbasaur. My arm, my arm, my arm, my arm, my arm, my arm, the summon of the powers of the God hand. I lost a limb in a fight, but don't worry, babe, I'll be cool. The ultimate power of a god is now my secret. My defenses are impregnable. My style is impetuous. If it's too much, I'll grovel at your feet. I beg for mercy when I feel the heat. Jaw-dropping attacks from my roulette wheel. Apocalyptic beatdowns from the God hand. My arm, my arm, my arm, my arm, my arm, my arm, I summon up the powers of the God hand. Everybody wants a piece, who's next, don't be a fool. Hyperactive fighting styles, so slick they will make you drool. The God hand helps me work out my stress. It's overpowering, I must confess. The only person who it doesn't work on is the girl who got me into this Olivia. Slicing through thugs with my shockwave. Shockwave! More beheadings than a guillotine. Head slicer. Head slicer! My arm, my arm, my arm, my arm, my arm, my arm. I summon up the powers of the God hand.
Hello, everybody. I am your Mortal Afro Josh. You are watching Gaming for the Boys featuring H3 the Game and my good friend Cross. Welcome to the next episode. We've got a few good topics to cover today. A lot of hilarious news, a lot of good news. So, yeah, how's everybody doing? Hey, Cross, you just popped in. Welcome.
Yeah. Just got off work.
Oh, snap.
Oh, glad to have you, man. Well, we got a few funny topics to kind of go over today that I thought would be worth sharing. And one we're going to hold off until our good friend Young Sykes makes it in, because he's the since he is the authority on all things Nintendo. So until then, we're going to start off the question like we always do. What have you been playing?
I just recently bought Streets of Rage 4, and I played that with the guys. We beat that. Also, we're back on the Ravens watch. We are the members of the watch. Romeo and Juliet DLC came out not too long ago. So we've been on that pretty tough. And I have to say, it's been very fun. Very, very fun.
The suffering has resumed.
Exactly.
How about you, Cross?
I really haven't been playing anything. I mean, I kind of started playing Olden Sphere on and off. Played
That's the classic.
Yeah. And then that and I played the Stellar Blade demo, but that's just a demo. But yeah, that's about it. I haven't really just been on anything or playing anything like that.
Mm. How is that game anyway? Stellar Blade. I haven't played it.
I mean, it's like the demo was cool. I liked it a lot. It's not like, like despite what um the journal, you should never listen to journalists. They never know what the fuck they're talking about.
Yeah.
But if you look at journalists and what they'll say, they'll be like, "Oh yeah, it's like Devil May Cry, Ninja Gaiden." But it's not like those games at all.
See,
Like,
that's why I
it does not
asked.
play
Like
like that.
I didn't. It looks like Devil May Cry or something
Yeah.
like that. But I wanted to know, like, is it like that or is it like it plays like a Souls game?
It's its own flavor.
Uh, yeah, it's kind of like its own thing because it's like, in
It's
a
not really
way, I mean, like, you kind of can, like, I mean, in a way, it's kind of like it doesn't play like Souls. Souls games are slow, like slower pace. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Like, but there are some things about it that, how Souls has kind of like influenced pretty much all like action games now, where you do like a roll to get away from shit,
Yeah,
or how like you parry shit now, like in a lot of
yeah.
games. So like that's really important in that game, like parrying and doing a like just frame dodge roll. But it's not like Souls, where Souls is there's not like a just frame roll or nothing. It's like,
Hmm.
you just have invincibility frames, you roll and you get out of the way. That game it's about like timing. Like timing
Okay.
is everything in that game. Like, doing things at the right time, uh and like also like trying to do the right things on a particular enemy, because you can't
Mhm.
just go over there and like mash on them. You may have to get their shields down before you mash, because if you're mashing and they got their shields up, you'll do damage, but the damage you're doing is like nothing, and then they
Yeah.
hit you and you die. So it's like you gotta. So it's its own game, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Okay.
It has like the basic fundamentals of like a hack and slash, but
Hmm.
it's nothing like the others to where it's not a good way to describe that game. That's the problem. Everyone goes, "Oh, it's like Ninja Gaiden." It's nothing like Ninja Gaiden. Oh,
Nah,
it's nothing like Devil May Cry. They make
yeah,
it look like
nah,
it from if you to glance at it, but playing it feels much different. And some people like it, some people don't. I like it because it's different. I don't want to play Devil May Cry skinned as sexy
Yeah.
Stellar Blade. So
Yeah.
yeah, me too. But I do think that like a lot of the reason why people, if they don't like it, why they don't like it is because they go in with the expectation that
mhm.
it is going to be Devil May Cry or that it is going to be Ninja Gaiden, and then
Or a
when it's
Souls
not,
game. Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah, then when it's not, they're like, that doesn't happen a lot nowadays, where like you go into a game and then the game is just a different game. Like,
yeah,
and so people are like, what the, and especially when they're being told, oh man, this is like Ninja Gaiden or this is like Devil May Cry. And then it's not like that at all. And you're like, what the fuck? I can't weapon switch. I can't do this. I can't do all this shit that you would do in Devil May Cry. And it's like,
Yeah.
yeah, because it's not Devil May Cry, and you
yeah,
got lied to by people who don't know how Devil May Cry fucking works. So, yeah.
Terrible.
yeah. But me, I've been playing a different game called which version of Proton does this game run best on?
Mm.
So, and I do this like every now and again to game because I have a ton of games, but recently I booted up Neo 2 to see how, because I've been interested in that game. I played a lot of Neo 1 on the PlayStation 4, but I got it to get on PC just to kind of I'm gonna be playing here, might as well play it on the best platform.
Yeah.
And I heard that Neo 3 got announced, and out of all the games that Tecmo is making, I think Neo is probably their best
Hmm.
uh, franchise right now. So I want to play it proper. And
So I played the demo for Neo 2. And man, that game was hard. It was like really hard, and I was defeated. and I kind of want to pick it up again so I can kind of tackle it and actually play it and get better and not be defeated by it, especially like a damn demo. So I
Yeah,
kind of, in the back of my head, I've always wanted to go back and play that game.
yeah. So it's playing the Proton game to me, it is kind of fun. It's like you have plenty of tools to tell you whether or not a game works well, and seeing how well the performance boost is between versions is nice. I also was messing around with No Man's Sky, got that working pretty good. Same thing with Ultra Street Fighter 4, Under Night and Birth. So it's nice to check all those games. So that's what I've been playing.
So Proton is was it like a Linux type thing?
Yeah, it's a compatibility layer for window-based games.
Okay.
Like it's based off of Wine, and Wine stands for I think it's like not a Windows something. I have to look it up, but it's pretty funny.
Yeah.
Like a lot of the names for that are used in Linux are pretty funny. Like Bash stands for Born Again Shell. So
What?
it's Linux stuff. You'll learn later. But
maybe I won't.
you will. Microsoft will force you to.
Yeah.
And I won't be able to help you no more. Like, sorry, I don't know what that does in Microsoft or Windows.
Please help, Josh.
I can't. I don't know what it is. Recall. Never heard of it.
Yeah.
Don't know what that is. But all right, getting into some of our stories. The first one is a throwback. It's still happening today, but it feels like a throwback. Tech demos in 2025.
Uh-oh.
So, in case you guys don't know, CD Projekt Red released a playable tech demo for The Witcher 4 featuring Ciri. And it looked amazing. A little too amazing. Just like, because we've seen this over and over again. And like, I think the most famous example was Watch Dogs many years ago, where I think I think that was Ubisoft. Yeah, Ubisoft. Yeah. They released a trailer, tech demo, gameplay trailer, and everybody was absolutely stunned with how good the game looked. It looked so amazing. Fast forward to the game released like a damn PlayStation 3 game, and people were like, "Hold on a minute, where's all the cool stuff?" Now, of course, this fooled a lot of normies who don't pay attention to a lot of this stuff, but a lot of PC gamers understood off the bat, because it's like no game looks like that. Because no system, like if this is going to be sold on the current gen hardware at the time, of course it's not going to look like that, because we know the specs are too weak. Yeah, it's literally impossible.
Yeah, it's like, what the fuck? Like not even the strongest computers would be able to run that at that frame rate at the time. Like, I mean, like, I guess if you were just really, really optimized and you made your own engine, and yeah, sure. But it was like, yeah, no, this is fucking not real. Then we're talking about putting it on PC. Yeah. And then it's like, we're gonna put that on an Xbox. It's like, you're out of your fucking mind. Like, that's crazy.
So they had a demo of The Witcher, and they were pretending like it was the actual game.
Yeah, like it's more of the.
They were pretending, but they never outright see. It's like lying of a mission. Like,
yeah, exactly. It's a sneaky. We never actually said, but we're implying it heavily. But we didn't lie because we didn't say it.
Yeah.
Right, and then later on they'll say themselves, "Oh, this is a tech demo," so that in the future, whenever someone looks it up, well, clearly they said it was a tech demo. It's like, yeah, but they didn't say that clearly when they showed it to you. You know,
it looks beautiful.
Yeah, so if you see here, make sure you look real closely at the bottom of the screen. Because well, let me put the sound up. Watch a portion of it.
Looks like a movie.
Yeah, it's definitely video gamey. See that at the bottom?
Oh,
bet you
not
could
actual gameplay.
Technical presentation, not actual gameplay. Now, the funny thing about this, when you see that, well, we'll fast forward through it.
Yeah.
You see that, right? It gets to this point. This is a presentation.
What are those kazoos?
Damn it, Tevin.
Thank you.
Bro,
Thank you,
why'd you have to
everyone.
bring that up?
Welcome to the State of
Like,
Unreal
I was
at
enjoying
Unreal
all the
Festival
cool
of
stuff,
Manhattan. We're here to
and
share
now it's
success
like
with
lame
Unreal
now.
Engine.
They got the kazoos playing.
We are thrilled that you're able to join us.
Oh, man.
Thank you.
Oh
I
my
But
god,
actually
you
didn't
ruined
watch
it.
Yeah,
Sebastian,
but that's the first time I
Tyler,
heard it. I was like,
Project
what the
Red,
fuck?
we have
Nigga,
a lot to
what am I
do.
listening to right
Man,
now?
I am so mesmerized by this.
The great kazoos.
Thank you, Ivan. Hello, everyone. With The Witcher 4, we're stepping things up. And to do that, we needed the right partner. One that truly understands that great open world games are all about art and technology coming together.
Yeah, and look, our goals are
All right, so we're
completely
gonna
aligned here.
fast forward a
And
little
around
bit.
Yeah. This is
We're
just a
ready.
fucking marketing engine.
Tactic is
Another
great
ad,
for us.
dude.
Yeah. So
Let's
you
do
see
it.
this guy with the controller, right?
Oh no.
This is where the lie by omission begins. Because right here, it's a technical presentation. A technical presentation is not playable. Because they did the same thing with Anthem. I don't know if you remember that game. That was the EA's flop, where Anthem was announced. And the technical presentation was shot and framed as if it was like friends playing online together and they were like communicating.
Yo, right, yeah. you got to turn right there, pal. You know.
Make sure you shoot the enemy. I'm pinned down. Come help me.
I'm pinned down. So in hell.
Bro, it's so whack, bro.
And it's
so
like,
whack.
of course, like the way they're selling it is just like, okay, yeah, a normie wouldn't catch that. So there's this guy holding his controller, like, yeah, so I'm about to play this. Let's play the video game.
Oh my god.
This is a technological showcase set in the
my
world
God.
of The Witcher 4.
It's so
What you just saw, that are going to see
oh.
now, is running on a standard PlayStation 5 at 60 FPS.
Oh
with ray tracing.
yeah, they
So in the game, you'll be playing as Ciri, a
Standard
professional monster
PlayStation
slayer,
5.
a witcher.
Running at
She
60
explores the world
FPS.
and hunts down monsters for coin. The region we are in is called Kovir, and you'll get to explore it in a game. Right now,
that
Ciri
is
investigating the monster. and
very
after cutting
deceptive.
it loose, she's heading
if
back
I
to
was
the
yeah,
talking
like
about?
if I
They're
was
not lying.
like yeah. Honestly,
Why can't y'all
Alright,
just let
everyone.
people enjoy
Meet
stuff? Oh
Kelpie.
my god. Oh my god. People just trying to have fun. Oh my god, bro.
So just like Geralt had Roach, Ciri has her own loyal companion.
We return to town.
but I could see how people
These two
could get
characters need to
fooled
feel
by
like
this.
Of
Since we're
course.
gonna
Because
explore
it's
the world
deceptive.
of horseback,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
it's
It
very
is
deceptive,
seamless,
but I could
natural,
see how
and
people
just
could
fun.
get fooled.
Yeah,
and
I-
to support
yes.
this
'Cause just
effort,
looking at it, it
we've
looks like a
compared
game.
motion matching in Unreal.
Yes, it
That's how
does.
So
tech
Ciri and
demos
Kelpie,
run
they're
roll
perfectly
nowadays.
synchronized when mounting from any angle.
That's
and
why I was like,
speed.
at least this one was convincing.
And we also support
Because this actually looks like a video
so
game.
controlling her feels
It looks
realistic
like what
and
Witcher
grounded.
would look like. So you're like,
And
oh,
there are also
okay,
some
that
really
must
nice
be
improvements to
looking
our
at
Unreal
gameplay.
Chaos Flesh Solver and these machine-learned deformations. So you've got realistic muscles
Look at that
moving and
horse.
stretching under Kelpie's skin without
That
I'm
neck.
totally going to be
performance
looking at that when I'm looking at the back of Siri on the back of, like, you know, when I'm riding on the horse. I'm going to be able to notice all of that.
So let's leave Ciri behind for a second and talk about the world itself. So much of the Witcher world is natural,
Okay,
organic.
so there's that shit, right?
So
And
yeah, go ahead.
well, this is the typical, it reeks of lies by omission, because like, these companies can no longer just sell a game for what it is. Like, it's a game. This isn't a movie. This isn't like and the technology behind, especially Unreal, the track record for many Unreal games have been complete dog shit all this generation. Stalker 2, fucking well, this isn't Unreal, but not Resident Evil, but Monster Hunter Wilds, especially with how much they push DLSS and the FSR, all these fake frame generation shit. I don't know if they mentioned that at all in this showcase, which I doubt, but Unreal is kind of notorious for being bad at optimizing a game properly because of how much they rely on this fake frame technology to kind of pick up the slack in order to make it look like it's running well when it's not. It's anything but.
So let me ask a question because I don't understand. So is this what exactly is this supposed to sell you on? Is this supposed to sell you on new consoles or new graphics card, or what are they trying to sell you on?
They're trying to sell. Well, okay, so two things. They're trying to sell that this game only looks this good because of Unreal Engine.
There we go.
So that's the first thing. And the second thing is that CD Projekt Red is trying to sell you Witcher 4. So they're like, oh my God, do you see how amazing Witcher 4 looks? Because when they abandoned Red Engine for this game, people criticized that because there was like, so wait a minute, you built your own engine, you've been using your own engine this entire time, it's worked until you rushed out a game with Cyberpunk and now you're abandoning it for Unreal when Unreal has all these problems, when you literally built your own engine that is specifically made to play your games. Why would you abandon it? Why would you abandon Red Engine? And then it's just like, who cares? Look at the horse and all of his motions.
I think the
And
biggest
it's like,
reason I think
okay.
it was because most of the original people who knew how to operate the Red Engine left.
Yeah, that's what I think.
There we go.
Yeah, so now that no one who's like a senior developer for the Red Engine, now that they're all gone, they're like, well, this really nice engine that we've been developing and maturing for over a decade is useless to us now because nobody here, all the new fags here don't know what to do. So let's just default to the standard, what do you call it, the global standard Unreal. And
it's crazy.
Because the same thing happened with that Matrix tech demo that was supposed to be a game.
Oh, wow, looks so good.
Yeah, when Keanu Reeves is like, you can't tell if it's actually me or the dummy. Whoa. It's like, yeah. So, and I just find it, funny how the more things change, the more they stay the same. This is just like Watch Dogs. This is just like Rainbow Six Siege. This is just like what's it? I just said, yeah. Matrix.
They had the Virgin Fighter tech demo. It just came out.
Same thing.
Some months ago.
Yeah, exact same thing. Where it's selling you on not the actual game, but look at
it. Just if you look at it, if you look at it, and if you look at it, brought to you by NVIDIA, and look at what NVIDIA can do, and NVIDIA did this, and look at it, it's wow, and it's like
I can't wait for the game to totally look like this, guys.
It's like, bro, what about the game? Bro, would you shut up? Why can't you just let people? Why do you care about the game so much?
The thing you're actually going to be spending $80 on, why are you bitching so much, man?
God.
So it's like more of the same shit. And it's unfortunate because, the whole thing with CD Projekt Red, the failure of Cyberpunk pretty much pushed them in this direction where now they're no different than any of the rest of these major publishers that default to Unreal, and they all use these samey assets. So that's why a lot of these Unreal games look the same because they literally are.
See.
Back in the day, most games were, really developed by their own technology, or they had to be very. I forgot the name of it wasn't Reframework. It was the Criterion before it became the Criterion engine back on PS2. A lot of PS2 games used it to make, but they had to be very specific with how they manipulated that engine to make the games they made.
Yeah.
Unreal was cool when it was kind of its own thing, but now that it's just kind of become the industry standard that everyone just relies on, games haven't really been as unique. They're all just a different flavor of Unreal, and it's like, it sucks.
Some sort of what is that game with a God of War? Every game looks like God of War.
Yeah, so over
Look
the
at the
shoulder.
graphics, dude.
Yeah, they sell you on the graphics more than anything.
Yeah.
And it reminds me of the Order 1886. When that game came out, and it's like you barely played the damn thing. You just watched it. Rise on the Rome, same thing. It was just like, dude, I don't know. I think we talked about it a little bit. You know, those old video games you play on DVDs back in the day where you just hit up, down.
Oh, yeah.
And it just plays clips from the movie.
Yeah.
You know, that's what it feels
like. It'll stop because it's loading, and it'll do whatever you want it to do.
Yeah, man. I remember the one I remember the most was Spy Kids 3D. I played the hell out of that game because my parents locked up the Xbox. I'm like, oh, this is the next best thing.
Xbox. I have my DVD player.
I know. But yeah, it's unfortunate. But moving on, we get some hilarious news from the Supreme Court of all places. With their recent ruling on discrimination is bad. But of course, we already understand this, but this is more aimed towards the lunatic game devs that have been really pushing the anti-male, anti-white rhetoric. So it'll be interesting to see how they deal with this new law. Moshi Moon on Twitter has been having a field day talking about, like, man, let the litigations begin. Because now a lot of people may be able to start suing because of discrimination.
I mean, that is good, but like a lot of these companies that are discriminating against people, they're not hiring the best talent. They're basically hiring because some type of agenda. So when you're not hiring because of talent or the best people for the job, whatever you're doing is gonna suck. And we've been seeing that for like the last couple of years where they've been discriminating, and you got this guy over here who's like a super genius and cold at everything, but you say, oh, that guy's a dude. Let me get this person. Let me get my cousin Susan.
A cisgendered, straight Christian white male.
Yeah. So even if this does pass, it did pass. I mean, even with this passed, I think the people who are discriminating, they're gonna fall by the wayside anyway. I think.
Yeah.
But this is good though. This is good.
It's good, but I look at it as more of a sideways victory. The funny thing that I find about it is the fact that it was unanimously voted on. And, because we have, I think it's two or three liberal judges on here, and one of them famously doesn't know what a woman is. Her name is Ketanji Brown Jackson. But I found it a little funny, like wow, even she voted in favor for it. So either a lot of these people either don't know what it is, or they have an incentive to just, because you notice that like culturally, there's a lot of things pushing this DEI stuff out like in full. You notice a lot of stores aren't really doing it. A lot of not Facebook, but Twitter handles that usually every June push the whole pride shit.
Yeah, it's like rainbows on everything.
Yeah, they've been unusually mute now. Like there's been a whole lot less of it, which of course is a plus, but it's also like so yeah. Like I call this a sideways victory, something more to laugh at, because I would like to see some lawsuits get drawn up against some of these companies, especially the ones like with the Black Panther game studio, like that lady, I forgot her name, but she famously was like, yeah, we went out of our way to not hire any white men, cis men. So I'm like, well, we'll see how this affects those studios or Microsoft, a lot of these pro DEI companies that have been pushing it for so long.
Bro, I've never heard of reverse discrimination before. It's my
It's one
first
of those.
time like hearing that or seeing that term.
Yeah,
Reverse discrimination.
it's one of those terms that's kind of like ironically showed up in opposition to like anytime a white person is discriminated against, because the argument is that white people can't be only white people can be racist, but black people can't be racist towards white
Yeah,
people.
I heard that is
Disenfranchised people can't
Yeah.
be racist because racism equals power plus prejudice.
like people are so stupid,
Ugh.
bro. It's like
Mm,
anybody can be racist, no matter if you're black, white, brown, Mexican,
They're not
whatever you are.
stupid. They're just malicious. It's
Yep.
yeah,
like,
they're doing it on purpose. It's
Yeah.
not a matter of they don't know any better. They know exactly what they're doing.
Mm.
yeah.
So, but
Yeah.
um,
That's
um,
crazy.
yeah, and this one right here, this next topic is really kind of annoying to me. Epic is getting desperate. I don't know what it is with Tim Sweeney, because he just recently came off this big win with his thing against Apple, and like I haven't really been following that because I don't use Apple, don't give a shit. But a lot of people have been I guess in the gaming community have been talking about the significance of this judgment and ruling in favor of Epic when it comes to them doing stuff. But the way I'm kind of interpreting it is like Tim Sweeney can't win on the battlefield of ideas or a better product. So instead, his whole thing seems to be like, well, I'm going to win in the court of public opinion by appearing as if I'm fighting the good fight for gaming.
Yeah.
So he posted not posted, but they announced this recently through Epic. Epic says you get 100% revenue share on your first $1 million made. So put your game on our storefront. Please, please, please. We're giving you 100% more than you
That's
want.
a fucking honeypot if I've ever seen one.
That is crazy.
That's a honeypot.
And
That is crazy, bro.
And that's what
So what happened? Well, go ahead.
That's what a lot of people interpret this as. And Grums on Twitter, like, it kind of frustrates me because like he has normie tendencies. I don't know if it's just I don't know if he's just like old or he just I don't know.
He like I do like hesitate. I hesitate to sound like one of the just what do you call it? Like people who just like call people a grifter just because they don't like them. But there are people that I feel like they purposely like kind of I don't know. Sometimes they like toe the line on certain shit,
Yeah.
and you could tell that they're not really about it. They're just like playing a side that right now people are on. And it's
Yeah.
like sometimes I feel like with Grums, I don't know. I get the feeling where I feel like I'm being taken advantage of. Like he's saying the things I want to hear so that he can get revenue. So it's kind of like you do your thing, but sometimes I'm not sure if like he actually means it. I mean, sometimes I feel like he means it, but then sometimes I'm like, I get that like, you know,
It seems
I don't know.
really inconsistent because it's
Yeah.
when it comes to like certain things, because like he's all on board when it comes to A, but when B is like slightly like adjacent to it, not in the same category, but can be, he'll seem to be like, well, maybe this is good. It's like, how do you see all this stuff over here, but you seem completely blind over there?
Yeah.
And when it comes to Epic, I'm like, I've been following Epic until I just kind of gave up about a year back, because I made a video talking about Epic, because like the idea of a new PC platform to compete with Steam, I thought was good, because every other one that we got was like shit and didn't do anything to to the benefit of the PC platform. Like it was only ever Steam. And as much as I love Steam, I don't want them to get complacent at the top because anyone can get a big head and then it's all downhill from there.
Yeah.
But more and more, every time we see a new company enter the fray, they just come with the same old shit. A lackluster platform that doesn't even try to compete on the same level as Steam in terms of services, value, games,
Or they
and
do it in a backhanded way where they'll be like, okay, we'll offer you this thing, but you have to sell your soul.
yeah.
Yeah, we really need your soul, and we're giving you good stuff. I don't understand why you can't sell your soul. And then like Steam is just like, here you go, man. Hey, did you know that there's we got a deal going on? This game's n- wait, let me look, 85% off. It'll be there for like 2 weeks
Yeah,
if you want
and
it. So
they
it's like
seem
you're like, why would I even entertain hanging out with these other guys? Like,
Yeah.
you know.
yeah, it's like Steam doesn't have to try hard, and they're doing so well. They're like, well, while they're enjoying everything we've been doing, and they've been like, giving us all the praise and love and respect. Let's give back by creating a new platform, Steam on the go, Steam Deck, or
Yep.
another controller. Like, yeah, a lot of the stuff didn't do so well or it failed, but the effort that they're putting in, like, okay, they're not giving me Half-Life 3, whatever. But they're doing something. It's not like they're just sitting on all this
Money,
success and
yeah, doing
doing
nothing.
nothing with it.
Yeah.
And with how they partnered directly with Linux, specifically Arch, like it. Like, that's what gave birth to Steam OS. It's an Arch-based Linux distro specifically for gaming. And to me, I'm like that. It's so pro gamer, especially nowadays. Since Windows is only getting worse and worse for gaming specifically. It's nice to see that somebody's doing something to allow people to enjoy their games and not have to feel like they're locked behind a continuously worsening OS to enjoy gaming.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Epic over here, they just keep saying shit. Like Tim just keeps saying shit in the hopes that people will notice him or try to paint him as like, wow, he's really fighting the good fight. Gabe doesn't have to constantly brag. He just
Yeah.
does the thing. But
Yeah.
every time you turn around, here comes, and then that's the other thing. Epic has some beef with Linux, I think, because of Steam. So Fortnite is unplayable on Linux, not because it actually can't play, but Tim won't let it. So it's like,
it's crazy.
yeah, so it's like, I mean, and then it's not like I'm upset about not being able to play Fortnite, but if you're going to compete with Steam, you should kind of be able to, at the very least, do what they do,
Well, it feels like he doesn't like it really feels like they don't want Steam with the way that they produce, like how they do what they do. They don't want that to exist for gamers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that's what it feels like. And it's like they're mad that they have like Steam forces them to compete
Yeah.
because why would anyone go on your platform when I can go on Steam? And so they're like, man, I just wish Steam was shit like us so that we wouldn't have to try to be good. And it's like they're doing the whole like I'm just gonna sit in the corner and pout, but then like they can't do that for very long because then they just die. So then they're like, fuck, I gotta actually do something. And I think what this is they're not really trying to win with gamers. I don't think this is what this says when this happens. Even though like some gamers might look at that and be like, "Wow." No,
That's
I
really
think
good
that
for developers, and that should be good. It's
yes,
really like a trap for
I think
developers.
the yes, exactly. It's a trap for developers because
Yeah.
developers are going to look at that and say, "Wow, gee golly." So you're telling me I'm not going to make a million like an indie dev, you know? I'm not going to make $1 million on my game. I'm just an indie dev, dude.
Yeah.
I'm just an indie dev. I'll be lucky if I made $2,000. So they're going to look at this and say, yeah, but it's going to come with, first of all, I am almost positive it's going to come with a bunch of terms that fucking suck.
Yeah.
That's the first thing. The
Yeah.
second thing is that you cannot trust EULA with almost anything nowadays. So what even if the terms are good, okay, who's to say that they're still going to be good in 2 years from now?
Yeah,
So
exactly.
like maybe you end up making $500,000 on your game, and you're like, yeah, you know what? It was cool, but I'm gonna go ahead and switch engines, guys. Oh well, we had a clause here that says you can't do that, and
Mhm.
that you have to be exclusive here for this long. And you didn't know that? Oh, that wasn't there at the time you signed the contract? Well,
Yeah,
you're right, but we changed it in the contract you signed, said that we can change that anytime. You
yeah,
didn't see that under subsection 5A paragraph B? Oh, that's because it wasn't there, and then we added it because you also agreed that it's okay to do that. So yeah, really
yeah.
you agreed to that. It's
Yeah,
like
we
so it's
So
like
changed the
yeah.
terms after the fail, but
yeah.
yeah,
So my question is, what if you do get to 1 million? What the fuck happens after that?
You have to pay them revenue.
Like and how much revenue? Like
Well,
what are the terms after you make 1 million? Like do they
well,
own
you
your
have to look.
game? Do they own your
you
soul?
you'll find out after you
Like
make a million.
I really want to like read the terms of that little agreement to kind of see how it is, because it's just like you said, it sounds like a honeypot, something to grab you. Uh, and dude, like I feel so sorry for the. I don't know if I want to say sorry, but I feel so sorry for the person that falls for this. It's like
Yeah,
I would just wonder what's gonna happen, and I had to read their terms of service for that to kind of
yeah.
figure it out.
And that's something more people should be doing. And I think as bad as this looks, the Epic's reputation has never really reached at a high enough point to where I don't even think most people would take this seriously. They did at first, because when Epic first came on the scene, they were challenging Steam with the whole Steam takes 30%. We're only taking, I think they said 20, 10, or 15 or
Yeah,
something.
I remember that. They
Yeah,
were like, "Yeah, we're for the developers,
yeah,
and look, we're you're making more money with us." And then at first, I remember developers being like, "Yeah, that's true. You know what? I'm putting my game on Epic Game Store."
and
And
nobody
then
bought.
people and gamers were like, "Okay, but Epic Game Store sucks." Well,
Yeah,
if
Yeah,
you really cared about developers, okay. Anyways,
yeah, that's not
Steam
my problem.
sale, let's go.
yeah,
Yeah, like why is your problem becoming my problem?
Yeah,
And
I
why should
play
I
games.
care?
I don't fucking make games. Like, and
Right.
besides, like Steam has deals all the time.
yeah.
I think Borderlands 2 is free on Steam right now. And it's
Damn.
like, yeah. So like, and then Epic was doing the same thing where they're just giving away a bunch of games. And then the thing that made them unpopular was how they were doing the whole timed exclusive. Like Borderlands 3 was timed exclusive on Epic, and they had to give away all that money. No one bought the game.
Damn.
Same thing with Shenmue 3. Because when it first came out, I made a video about it. I was like, I'm excited for Shenmue. Holy, they're finally finishing the game. Then Deep Silver was like, we made a contract with Epic, so the game is no longer going to be on Steam. I was like, well, fuck it.
Yeah, it sucked. I remember that. That's terrible.
So yeah, so to me, this looks just Epic is just getting desperate. He's got this contact high off of the victory over Apple, which is negligible in my opinion, because don't use Apple, don't care about it. If it's good for Apple players who love Fortnite on Apple, I guess good for them, but it doesn't mean anything in actual gaming scene.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is just more postulating from Tim. I feel like he's very insecure. He really wants to be like Gabe Newell. It's like, notice me, Gabe, and Gabe Senpai. Notice me. Gabe is just like
I'm
the rest of you guys. I just ignore you and continue to win.
yeah, I think
Are
I,
you?
no, I think it's more like I think I said this to Josh before. It's like it's kind of like notice me, senpai, but like the message is just unread.
Yeah.
It's not even like it says red. There's no like malicious intent. It's literally just unread because Gabe is too busy, like, I don't know, playing I don't know,
Alex,
Stalker
Half-Life
1
Alex.
or some other shit. Whatever it may be. You
It's
know?
like it's like that. It's like Thanos when Wanda came out of nowhere. Like, you remember me? Who are you?
I don't even know who you are. Welcome, young Sykes. Yeah, I meant to get you earlier. Welcome to the stream, our resident Nintendo expert.
Welcome to the stream, man.
But yeah, so that'll do it for this story. We're gonna save the Nintendo for last because I think young Sykes has much to say. But
Yeah.
next up, we got Capcom is still disrespecting the PC platform.
Not Crapcom, no.
Yeah.
They wouldn't dare do that.
I mean, the way Monster Hunter's panning out, I feel disrespected every damn day till they fix this shit.
Yeah, and that's the funny thing because like I saw a video from Bueller News a while ago where despite the performance issues that Monster Hunter released with, that game alone pushed Capcom over their projected revenue, earnings, whatever. So that game's success pretty much, and there was some good news, like if what he reported on is to be believed, that a lot of those the increase in revenue, a lot of it is going to the developers. And so if that's the case, that's good. However, the problem is that Capcom has set a precedent, and it's unfortunate because Capcom is lucky that they have so many games at their disposal that has such loyal fan bases. And Monster Hunter is one of them. And despite how that game is currently on release, this is like a slap in the face because it kind of goes back to the last video I made about Rise, where they implemented some type of DRM out of fucking nowhere, and it fucked up Linux users. They've since fixed it, but the point still remains. And seeing this just kind of shows that they haven't learned their lesson, and they still feel the need to attack the party that is literally responsible for them making that money, making that earnings, fiscal, whatever. Because I think more copies of Wild sold on PC than on consoles, or they were about even. Because we know on release on the PC, just Steam numbers alone, there was like over, I think, 400,000 players on Wilds when it came out, which means potentially over 400,000 copies sold. So that's a lot of money going to this particular platform that supported you, and for you to turn around and come out here with this warning talking about unauthorized data modification for a game like Monster Hunter Wilds is subjected to us taking away your because the issue is that there must have been like a Sakura event, and instead of playing to unlock whatever it was, I don't know if it might have been armor or weapons or whatever. Yeah. Some players, because once the event's live, the files are in the game, and some players, because I've done this on Monster Hunter World, because the events come and go, but I have my copy of World modded to where I have access to those events all the time. For example, there's a Teostra event where you can fight a buff Teostra, and that is a really fucking fun fight. But I don't feel like waiting once every few months for it to come around. I just want to fight him on my own time. And so that's, and it's kind of like the thing with modding a game like Monster Hunter, because like on one hand, I can see the issue, but it's not that much of a problem. But the way they're going about stopping it is to ban your account, which means you lose money. You bought this game, now you can't play it anymore.
So my question is, so this particular thing that they're banning people for, is it just this particular thing, or is it like a multitude of things?
It's a multitude of things because Capcom they seem really fast and loose with how they're applying pressure for mods. Because I remember a while ago they were making a whole stink about the new Chun-Li mod on Street Fighter, and I don't think they actually did anything, but I do remember them, making a statement saying something like threatening or like you shouldn't mod the game because blah blah blah. And then they bring up the EULA in this thing here where they talk about how, and Tekken did the same thing with Tekken 8 when it was first coming out, because they don't want to compete with modders on outfits, because the whole thing was like, well, why buy outfits from this whack ass Tekken shop when I could just get mods? And so it may be something similar, and that's just kind of the direction gaming is going, where you don't have any control over your game anymore. So
Yeah, I see that. Okay, so I'm trying to understand what exactly they're trying to keep people from doing. I see like there's like some quests that people are doing that unauthorized quests. So
yeah, kind of like
okay.
what I just said with that Teostra quest. Like, it's unauthorized because when it falls out of the season, it's inaccessible. But
Okay.
if you mod your game to where you can access it whenever, you have access to those rewards.
I see.
Like I can kind of understand the reasoning behind it. Like to be
Yeah.
like when it comes to stuff like this, because it kind of like ruins the whole like what do you call it? Like
The
idea of
the flow
like
the
an
flow of
event.
the flow of the game is impeded on.
Well, it's like supposed to be in an event, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
And like it's not even about like it's supposed to be an event that is like a community thing. But the problem is that it's a single player game.
True, but
See,
Like
I
that,
thought
I'm gonna say true, but the problem that I guess is about, I'm trying to think. I guess I'm trying to see from their thing. I guess the reason they have it set up this way is because they want concurrent players to keep playing the game, being like, well, you can only play at this time, so you should show up when everybody else shows, so our numbers can look good. So say, hey guys, people are
Yeah.
still playing the game. Come over here and play it.
Yeah. See, I thought that Monster Hunter was an MMO, like Final Fantasy 14 or something. But
no,
if it's
it's
just a single
not.
player, if it's a single player game,
A
then
co-op game.
Well, there's multiplayer aspects to it, but it is not an MMO.
oh, okay.
Yeah,
Because I
Yeah.
was going to say, if it was an MMO, then I would agree with this.
Yes, exactly. That's exactly
But
the point I
if
was
it's
making.
not an MMO, then like whatever.
yeah. And
Yeah.
that's pretty much my stance, because the whole thing with Monster Hunter, like, you can play the game by yourself or you can play it with friends. And me and Sykes, we played the game together on several occasions. And some of the times, I had mods installed, but it was never nothing to the point to where it's like I'm one-shotting a fucking Teostra, ruining the fun for both of us. Still farming items, and it just depends. Some people mod the game so they can one-shot it by themselves. Now, you can go online and do that, but the community kind of has a self-repair policy on their own. They don't need Capcom to come in and boot people out for fucking up the game for others. People will just kick you. So it's one of these things where it's like,
Well, hold on. I mean, that's true, but the thing is that like when people just to like make an argument for them that I do think is legitimate. When people turn on a game, let's say that like I don't know how like rampant the issue is, so maybe it's not to the point where it's actually like this bad or whatever. But like if I got to constantly deal with cheaters that are like, hey, I want to go in and I want to do this quest and I want to do this boss, and then some person just enters my game and then they just ruin the experience because they can just run in and kill everything immediately. It's like, bro, I wanted to play the fucking game. Like, you know what I mean? And you
Yeah,
just kind of
I get what you
ruin
mean,
that.
but you can have a private room for just you and your friends or whatever. You don't have to like you have it public, yeah. The people gonna
that's
come in there
how.
and then
Well,
take
that's what I'm trying to say. Like the point I'm trying to get at is that like I should be able to use all of the features that the game that the developers provided to me without having to worry about because now I'm being forced to be in a private game. But what if I don't have other friends that play Monster Hunter? You know what I mean?
I get
So
what you're saying.
like I go on a public match so that I can play with other people, but now I have to deal with cheaters, you know? And so
Well,
like
this is just for me speaking. Like, based off of my experience with World, it's not. It's kind of the same thing. The same argument we make for piracy. Like, it exists, but it's not. It's such a manner to where it's stopping you from enjoying the game. for like the first 8 months of playing Monster Hunter World, I played it by myself. And then for about 2 or 3 months after that, I just, played, whenever I played, I just shoot up an SOS flare, which pretty much turns your game into a public lobby. And the experience has always been the same. There's only one instance where I could think of where somebody came in and just fucking destroyed, what's that, the final boss in World, Xena something.
You talking about World Iceborne? You mean that big ass black dragon?
Yeah, the not Iceworm. It was the End of World. The dragon that transforms into the red dragon at the very end. It was like her larval stage or something. I forgot her name. It starts with Xena something. And yeah, look, I was getting my ass beat because I was still kind of learning how the game works. I didn't understand how to spec before a hunt, how to use certain items to buff myself before. And so this Chinese guy or a Japanese guy, and this could have went either way. The guy was like level 999, and I was in a high rank quest. So he could have either been cheating or he could have just been really buff. So I'm like, I've been carded twice, 3 cards and the game's over. So I turned into a public lobby because I hit an SOS. I was like, well, fuck, I don't know what I'm doing. Let me just see if someone can help me. This guy came down with a heavy bow gun and just turned on like the automatic fire and shot that thing until it died and then left. And I was like, gee, thanks. But that was like the only time and like I said, I'm not quick to call it cheating because he was master rank level. Like once you get into master rank, high rank lobbies, you're basically a god. No cheating required. So just based off, just my experience with World, I haven't come across that in any capacity to where it was like the gameplay aspect was ruined. And a lot of people that I've watched play the game on Twitch or whatever, they either have private lobbies where it's full of people that they, the Twitch viewers play with them. Even people with modded lobbies still play the game legitimately. The only thing that's different is that the quests are harder. Like, hey, I want to fight 5 Rajangs instead of just 2. The base game quest only allows 2, but this mod allows us to fight 5 because we just like getting our ass beat. And the game is more fun this way.
Yeah.
So hardly ever have I personally come across or have seen, and I know this is just, my opinion or whatever. I'm not saying it doesn't happen. I just don't believe it happens at such a level that would warrant this type of response from Capcom, because the game has enough utility within it to mitigate that anyway. So it's like this is a waste of time. All you're doing is stealing the game from people who bought it. I think that's infinitely worse.
I think that makes a lot of sense, and I have to refer to your judgment. If it's a non-issue, because companies like to do this a lot, where technically an issue exists, and it does exist, but it's like 1% of all issues. It's like not a problem, but then they blow it up because of the possibility. It could possibly turn into the worst thing ever made. So that's why we got it, because of tuna fish. It's like they got to do this. So it's like if it's not like a big issue, then I agree with you. Like, yeah, practically, it's like this is bullshit.
The amount of people who mod this game are very small. And the people who mod it beyond that to cheat are even smaller, because chances are they're only doing it for their own personal gain. Like, oh man, I don't feel like fighting Safi Jiva to farm all this stupid shit so I can get this costume. So I'm gonna play by myself, give myself a bow that does 999,000 damage off of one shot, because the drop rates never change. So if I go in here and kill this stupid dragon 30 times in 5 seconds, I might finally get the drop I want. And I'm like, well, that's whatever. That's do whatever you want. You're by yourself. I don't care. You can cheat all you want. It's your game. You bought it. Go crazy.
Yeah.
But like I said, I think the game has enough tools within it to kind of help mitigate that from it becoming like oh man, this is the only thing we could do, guys. We have to just start banning people. It's like, no, this isn't a MMO. It's not a competitive game. It's none of those things. So like only then, like you guys said, like if it was the MMO and people were doing that, fucking ban the shit out of them.
Yeah.
Fighting game and you're trying to get away with that, ban the shit out of them. But a game like this, it's just like there's I don't agree with it.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
agree.
yeah,
I
I
feel like
agree.
it's really vindictive. That's what it feels like, where it's like you're not playing it the way that I want you to play it. It's like just let people play the fucking game, man. Like
Yeah.
if as long as it's not affecting other people's fun, which to some degree there's an argument to be made that it could, but if it's not actually happening, like if you're not actually getting reports of people being like, what the fuck, dude? Like I can't play because as soon as I get online and try and do some of the content, some asshole just comes in here and just fucking ruins everything or whatever. Like like if I was getting a lot of like report, like if I was making a game like this and I was getting a lot of reports like that, then I would ban people that were doing that. I'd be like, hey, look, you know, I'm not gonna like take the game away from you, or I'm not going to take away modding. That's what I meant to say. Like
Yeah.
I'm not gonna ban modding, but I will ban people who do this type of mod. Like if you do this type of mod and people report you and I got proof, you're done. I don't care if you gave me $60. Fucking thanks for the money, asshole. Like fuck you. Because you're purposely going in and ruining other people's money that they spent money too.
Mhm.
You don't get to spend money just to fucking grief other people. Fuck
Yeah.
that. You get to have your money taken for that shit. So fuck you. Like, but
Yeah.
if you're modding on your own, doing your own shit, yeah, that's bullshit. Like, I
Yeah.
shouldn't be able to take your shit.
Yeah. Modding is part of the fun with PC games. It's like
Yeah.
it can't be the fun police. It's
Right,
telling people
exactly.
they can't do something that's like the most fun to do on
Yeah,
PC,
you're playing the
arguably.
game. You're
Yeah,
playing the
no, go
game
ahead.
wrong. We don't like
Yeah.
that.
Boy, people used to get on my ass for playing it. Was it played with GTFO that had mods on? And it was like, bro, it ain't even game breaking shit. It's mostly just like I want clean clothes and like all the other stuff. I had this one dude like was on one of those servers. He was so anal about mods, boy. And it's like, bro, I'm just trying to have fun, bro.
Yeah.
If it's that much of a damn problem, you can leave the lobby. I don't need your help.
Yeah, in most cases, like I said, a lot of these games, modern games, like have still like, and this is where the whole accessibility thing kind of frustrates me. It's like you guys went out of your way to make sure everyone can play any kind of which way, either by themselves or with friends, specifically friend invite only. It's like, dude, you've already solved the problem. Like, instead of wasting your time with this shit, you need to be fixing the fucking game so it can work. Like, this is just like to me, it's insulting because it's like, so you guys don't have a problem shipping a game that hardly runs on anything, but you got time for this. You get to look for like the 1 in a million player who's actually out here like, my goal is to ruin everyone's good time. Blast, Capcom, they caught me. But like, yeah, even if the guy was fucking cheating, I wouldn't know because I couldn't even fucking boot this shit up to play it anyway.
And my thing
Like,
is that like when that happens, why don't they just like, because we know that it's not like just so many of them. It ain't like, man, there's just 1 billion tuna fishes out there. It's like, why don't you just ban them? Just ban that guy. Just specifically hone in on him and say, hey, you asshole, you are literally ruining the experience for other people. This is what you're doing. You're banned, dude.
yeah, because
Like,
like,
homeboy, get gone. We specifically picked on your ass.
it's like it's the same argument we make for a Tekken. They already talking about you can't do this and you can't do that. Meanwhile, fucking Cheater McGee is like he's in every lobby, he's live streaming, nothing happened to him.
yeah.
And it's just like, it's funny how like this guy is so brazen with it, and the freaking Michael, whatever his name is, and Harada, they're talking about how we need to stop this and we need to talk about that and blah blah blah. Game is still shitty. Cheaters still cheating. Boosters still boosting. And it's like, yeah, you guys are full of shit. Like, you're too incompetent to do the thing you claim needs to be done in any way, and especially when they outsource the fucking they have the community find the bugs. It's like wait a minute, like, I don't know, dude. It's infuriating. like the gall to sit here and put us to work, and then turn around like, well, you can't make this outfit because that's not right. I'm like, yeah, fuck you on this dumbass game.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But-
I agree.
Yeah.
I
But
agree.
moving on, L for Capcom. Our final topic. I'm sure you guys have noticed it is a very important day today in gaming. The next generation of Nintendo is upon us. The Switch 2 has finally arrived.
Oh,
for real?
man.
I actually, for real?
You
Yeah.
mean
Comes out today?
are you talking about the Switch
It's
2
here.
where like the games aren't on the cartridges? That's
Yes,
Switch 2?
like, yes, Herbert, aren't you excited? We're here. The future is here, baby.
I
Let's
am.
go.
I'm not gonna
Yes.
lie, like okay, I know like okay, hold on. I'm like legitimately like you like so it came out today?
Yes, today.
Yes.
Today's the day.
It released
Today
today.
is the day, baby. Let's go. We
I
got
feel
it.
like-
We here.
I feel like okay, so the Xbox like and the PlayStation 5, you know, those were some weak ass fucking launches, right? Like
Yeah.
they were weak as fuck. But I kind of feel like
You knew about it.
yeah, I knew about it, even though I didn't want to, because there was just this huge, like everyone, we gotta get a PS5, we gotta get a PS5.
Damn
Oh
scalpers.
my god,
Damn scalpers.
PS5. And I was
baby.
like- I was like, why this console?
Because Tim, man, hey, because man, you know what? Cause you ain't hype enough. Like, why ain't you hype? I mean, if you're not hype, then fuck you for not being hype. Go buy a Switch 2, you bitch. I'm tired of you fucking around. Y'all, all three of you motherfuckers, like you hating ass bitches. I'm sick of this shit. Go buy a Switch 2 right the fuck now. Because I ain't gonna buy one. Because I ain't buying shit.
Right.
But young Sykes, the tariffs mean I don't make enough money to get a
No, I
Switch.
don't give a fuck. I don't get sell your kidney.
Yeah.
You sell your kidney. You got a bum ass. Like, hey, it's a little shrimp up. You don't need that shit. Cut that shit off and sell it. Go sell your heart to Illuminati or something. I don't know. Come on now. Go dig up somebody's corpse and just sell the bones. Get the damn Switch too. I'm playing.
Hey.
I ain't gotta get that shit.
Yeah, man.
I ain't gotta get that shit. That ass like okay.
Fuck them $80 games. There's
Ooh,
not on the,
boy, that's not even
with
the other.
those $80 games with the games not on the cartridge.
No, you need no
non-physical.
correction, good sir. Correction. $80 for the digital game, $90 for the physical, my guy.
Whoa, we
Wait,
getting ripped off.
Yeah, that's the key, man. I mean, it's the future, Herbert. Don't you want to come to the future? We come on to the future. I already told us we were gonna come to the future. We here now. We here,
Man.
baby.
Yeah, who
You
said
know,
that?
hey.
Who's the guy that said that? Like, you want to go to the future?
Matrix.
Come out to the future, baby. Come
You want to
on.
go to the future?
You wanna
Let's want to go to the future.
Literally be like, bro, I ain't coming to shit. You can kiss my ass, so we good. Like, I ain't getting shit.
Well,
Woo.
young Sykes, it appears that you're very animated about this topic. Why is that?
Look, I don't like.
Because he loves the Switch.
No, I don't like Nintendo, and I disapprove of what they're doing.
What?
But-
I thought you loved Nintendo.
But
What is
if
going on here?
Yeah,
I'm
but
confused.
if I was that guy, I'd be
Jack
Nintendo one guy. Oh, John got the joke.
Yeah. You're making a Hitler reference
I
there.
know, I don't like Adolf Hitler, and I disapprove of what he did. I say
But
no, stop.
If he chose me, I'd be his top guy.
If Nintendo chose me, I'd be their number one guy. All right, Nintendo, you want me to sell the Switch? I got you.
So, like, young Sykes here had shared with us a video from Did You Know Gaming. Definitely think it's worth a watch because it, really kind of opened my eyes up to an aspect about Nintendo that I didn't know. I was like vaguely aware about. I think it was like the flowing ocean strategy.
Blue Ocean.
Yeah, Blue Ocean.
Blue Ocean is a great strategy. It's like, especially for Nintendo, it's like that was their whole premise. It was like they're all like Nintendo is always known as being the weaker system, but they
Not always.
Well, you know what I mean. It's like for the most part against the big
Like
three.
in the modern age, it's the weakest. Yeah.
Yeah. Like I mean, I guess I'm saying like from GameCube on up, or whatever. You know, the
Mhm.
GameCube was. You know, wait, it wasn't the GameCube.
It was the
technically-
Wii.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, the Wii. Yeah, but because I said the GameCube was more powerful than PS2, but whatever.
Yeah,
But,
PS2 was the weakest in that
yeah, but
generation.
like you know, basically like from the Wii, basically from the Wii and on up, they've been kind of weaker system and stuff like that. And they used to be like, okay, we got to come up with some type of gimmick or some type of thing or whatever to attract people to come over here because like we need something.
yeah.
And it,
Sell on the ideas rather than the hardware, the power. You know, they
Yeah.
had, you know, Nintendo was really pushing to evolve, and that's where people kind of got the idea that, you know, Nintendo pushed gameplay concepts rather than just raw power like the Xbox did. The Xbox has always kind of been like, we're the most powerful system ever. The original
Yeah.
Xbox was a big, powerful computer box, but you know, despite all that, just like, you know, back then, because that was when Nintendo decided to, you know, chance it with the GameCube going for power, only for it to blow up in their face and get destroyed by the PlayStation 2. But when the Wii came out, it was obviously way weaker, but they really pushed the concept of motion controls, and they were still able to have their first party titles play like, you know, regular games, but with the added benefit of motion control. And the Blue Ocean strategy, you know, just like in a nutshell, just kind of seemed to be like, you know, sell systems on weaker hardware, but make the software for it so appealing that that's what sells the system, which is kind of what, you know, why I've kind of always given Nintendo their props, you know, because way back then when the Switch first came out, because the Switch has the same philosophy, weaker hardware, but the concept was mobile. You know, play all your games on the go, and you can plug it up to a TV, and you can still have that console experience without really much sacrifice. And even though third-party titles kind of suffered, like Doom Eternal, not Eternal, but, you know, Doom 2016 ran like shit on there. Nobody really cared because
like shit.
yeah, but no one really cared because the appeal was gaming on the go. Like, you have your whole Nintendo catalog in your pocket versus like, oh, I can only play about 3DS on the go or my Game Boy Advance. Now I have all of my Nintendo, and it has the power to play all of my Nintendo games really good anywhere I want.
Yeah.
So it seems like the Switch 2 is unfortunately adopting the strategy of going big on power, less on ideas. Because it seems like they had some interesting ideas. I think Metroid Prime 4 has like the thing where you can use one of the Joy-Cons as a mouse. But
Yeah, it's
Over-
nothing too new
yeah, it's
from what I've seen.
and some people make some argument, and I think it's a fair argument where they say like, well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. The Switch 2 seems like a reasonable direction to go. However, however, a lot of the people behind the scenes at Nintendo really kind of paint a more sinister outlook for the company. And I think it's really sad because ever since the passing of, I think his name was Iwata.
Yeah, Satoru Iwata.
Yeah, I think from what I understood,
I forgot the other guy too who was like the other ideas guy. I forgot his name for a second. But you know what I'm talking about, right? Yeah,
I think the original guy, but
Yeah,
their whole thing was the Blue Ocean strategy. But it seems like they've always had to kind of deal with the encroachment of executives and money type people. What do we call them?
bean counters.
Bean counters. You know, people who care about the stats rather than the games. Because in that Did You Know video, the two new guys running the show are definitely not gamers. Like for sure.
Doug Bowser and like I forgot the other Japanese guy, the Japanese man like this running.
He's from president.
He's like from a banking company.
Yeah, and you can see that in the console itself. So a lot of people, like I'm seeing a lot of people on social media excited to get their Switch if they're able to get it because, you know, scalping and all that. But if they're able to get it, I see a lot of copies of Mario Kart World, Cyberpunk for some reason. And
I don't know why, but apparently it's not. I mean, it's so many conflicting reports. Like, Yes, it's sold out in certain places, but there's certain places you can still just walk up and just get one like it's no fucking problem.
Yeah, I remember when the first Switch came out. I was working in the game store, and they were sold out like crazy. Like you couldn't get a Switch. Like you
Yep.
just had to just wait.
Hell, it was. I think it
But
was
I
way worse
think,
for the. It was way worse for the damn Wii.
yeah,
It
but I
was.
think now since we had the Switch One and the Switch Two, I think a lot of people are holding on to their first Switch. It's like
Yeah.
why upgrade when you still got a lot of potential and uh, life left in the console.
Well, like the unfortunate thing about it is that the Switch 2, I really think is a misstep because of how they're marketing it. You notice that a lot of new Switch content is revolved around resolution and frame rates, where when that's never really been what Nintendo sold their products on. Not recently. And the thing about the Switch, like an easy fix for the Switch would be performance. Like, oh yeah, this thing could definitely use a performance boost because it is pretty old hardware. It's pushing like 8-9 years. And I remember Pokemon. I forgot the name of it. The open world one.
Scarlet and Violet.
Yeah, I remember those games releasing it very horribly because of the games were just too much for that little Switch to handle. But it would be nice to see like a slightly beefed up Switch that didn't focus so much on resolution, but more on just performance. Like,
Also, I hate to interrupt you, but I kind of come to find out why Scarlet and Violet was such a problem. It's because the people that made Legends Arceus, that was the B team, because like they weren't really caring about this shit, and Legends Arceus is very similar to Scarlet and Violet.
Oh, okay.
And the A team worked on Scarlet and Violet, and apparently it just got rushed out and wasn't even really ready.
So it could have run on the Switch, the original Switch, if
it could have if they optimized it and got more time with it.
Oh well, that's something because I kind of wonder because like a lot of first party games run beautifully on the Switch. I think Super Mario Odyssey consisted 60 FPS, I guess at 720p, and that was kind of the thing that when Sykes, I remember when me, you, and Darius went to a Firehouse and we were like having this debate about it, the Switch 2. And I was saying like
720p, 60 frames per second.
Yeah, and I'm like, that's all they really need because it's like at the time he was like, man, they need to really go with 4K graphics and fucking all this irrelevant shit that it does not matter in the scope of Nintendo because most Nintendo fans ignore that shit. They don't care about it. Like that stuff the PC guys focus on, and now the current console guys.
Can I butt in? Can I say something?
Yes,
I want to say something. I think that the original Nintendo guys, like the people who were their idea guys, they had enough. What do you call it? Well, I mean, so Satoru Iwata actually had a statement for what I'm trying to say. He said, "People don't know what they want until it's right in front of them."
Mm-hmm.
So he had this idea of we're going to do what we think is best, and we have confidence that you're going to like it. And if you don't, we'll eat the cost. Like we'll take that on the chest, and then we'll try to fix it and come up with another idea. But the biggest criticism from normies when it came to the Switch was not games, it was not whatever. It was, why is this so weak? Oh my God, it's so weak. Oh my God, it's such a weak console. It's and so like everybody was saying that. Everybody was talking shit about how weak the Switch was and how, oh my God, are they gonna come out with another Switch that has better performance? Oh, Switch
Pro.
OLED.
Switch Pro.
Oh,
I want the Switch Pro, bro.
yeah, so
Come
like
on, Switch
that's
Pro,
what
baby.
everybody was like ragging on this in like the last half of the Switch's lifespan. So like everybody was doing that, and so of course people who are in charge of Nintendo that are no longer visionaries, they're just gonna look at the market and say, "Oh well, the market is saying they want strong Switch. okay, give them strong Switch, and then that's it.
Yeah.
Like,
True
so
that.
that's why the Switch is the way it is. It's because, yes, the people who are running it, but the market is directly responsible too, because they asked for this.
True that.
Yeah.
Gamers
I
get the
forgot.
market they asked for.
I forgot about that. Because I remember that was the whole thing, and I even made a video when I think they were speculating about they're gonna show the Switch Pro, and everyone was like, "Oh, it's probably gonna be able to do this, probably gonna be able to do that," and it was just the OLED.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
So like everybody asked for this. And so like, and right now, well, I mean, people don't ask for like the other problems with the Switch too, you know what I mean? But like when
Yeah,
it comes to just we just want to switch another Switch that's strong. It's like that's literally what everybody, not everybody, but the majority of people was asking. So going back to your argument that you had with, Darius and everything, well, people tend to like just repeat what other people like when an argument becomes the mainstream argument and it has some basis of truth in it, people just parrot it. And they don't think about like, wait a minute, is that actually what I want though? Or am I just parroting something because it's remotely true?
yeah,
And like what do I actually want? And so it's like they kind of like, I think gamers, they reaped a Switch 2, and that's they sold a reap 2. They sold like they sold a Switch 2 and they're reaping a Switch 2. Like that's what they're getting. It's like, and so to me, I look at it as kind of like, well, of course this is how the way it was going to be, because the people behind Nintendo that would have went in a different direction, that would have came up with something more interesting, they don't exist anymore.
yeah,
And so, like, now you just have bean counters. And so, like, if you have bean counters, what the fuck are they going to do? All they're going to do is look at what the market is saying, and they're just going to do that. And Nintendo is now in the same league as Sony and Microsoft.
Yep, they're basically becoming the unit company that we all feared that would happen one day when they all become the same exact damn thing.
and even worse though, because it's like with the way the game keys are working, and then the whole
Oh my god, that's so
touch
disappointing.
if you touch the Switch this way, we'll brick it.
That's what like it's like the prices like I mean hell the prices the price of games going up was already killing me, but then the fact that you're gonna sit here and tell me like, well, the physical copies is game key cards, so basically you like, I get what Nintendo's trying to do. They're just doing like three things. One, they're trying to cut people like GameStop and Game Exchange off from having in trade-ins, because it's like, if you guys can't trade it in by used, you ain't got nowhere else to come but us. You have to buy it new now. Oh, what you gonna do, bitch? You thought you gonna get away? Like, I mean, you could have bought the Switch 2 and just bought used games, but why would we let you do that?
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a really good point.
All digital future, baby. Two, like they're basically like I said, they're just trying to rein in the whole like, oh man, digital games only type thing. Because it's like, why inconvenience yourself with going out there and buying a physical copy when you can just download it at the house, man, so we can watch you, we can monitor you. You can't monitor our games. We always watch you 24/7. I mean, yeah, we know. Look, we get it. Microsoft, Xbox, I mean, all of them, they try that. They try to do that with the they try to do that with the, what's it called, the Connect with all that other shit. But with Nintendo, we're your friends. We're your homeboy. You trust me ever since you was 9 years old, little my little dude. We got you. Don't worry about it. We gonna keep on watching out for you.
Yeah. I think the statement that's kind of ringing in my head is, the more things change, the more they stay the same.
True.
It's funny because every time one of these consoles came out on top, the next minute they had an opportunity, they fucked it up. They blew it up. Like even though like the Wii dominated the 7th gen, people really, outside of the Nintendo space, really kind of looked at Xbox as like majority winner of that particular generation.
Right. Yeah. Like when it came to the mainstream, Xbox won.
Yeah.
Like when it came to gamers, I should say, appealing to gamers, Xbox won. Nintendo kind of like won a well, we got the biggest numbers. It was
Yeah,
like, okay,
they want a different battle as far as like, this is beyond gamers because they got families, grandmas, and all that stuff. Those aren't real gamers. And with that win, riding high off that win, Microsoft ran right into the wall with the Xbox One.
Because they thought
terrible.
Because they thought that hey man, and we become the all-in-one system, and everybody's gonna buy our shit, and then we can just leave everybody behind, not knowing that motherfuckers bought your console to game on, not to be the all-in-one box where I watch, like, go to Netflix and all this other stuff. It's like, especially that E3 presentation, boy, that was like the worst presentation I ever seen in my life. It was just like, hey guys, we got Netflix and stuff on here. I'm like, okay, where the games at? I mean, but you can watch ESPN on here. But where the games
that Will Smith meme? Where the video games? Where the video games? The room was empty. It was like nothing in there.
Nothing in there. And then the killing shot. Oh man, it's always online, bro. Like Connect always gotta be on. Like, man, you be good.
And for the people who don't really have who can't afford that, we have an offline device. It's called the Xbox 360.
Well, the thing is that like they didn't even come out. I don't know if you remember how it happened. They did not come out and tell us that it was always online.
Yeah.
It got leaked. A leak came out that went over the whole family sharing thing that they were going to do, but they had not announced that. And then that came with the always online stuff, and then people were like, "Is this fucking true?" And then my Xbox was like, "Man, they're being misunderstood. Like, come on, like explain yourself." And then that's when all the journalists, the one time they did their fucking job, asking questions about it. Hey, so what about this? What about that? Did you hear about this? I'm like, the back then when journalists actually did something kinda, and it was like, wow, that is what made them start talking about it. They were fully ready to just not talk about that shit. And then maybe announce family sharing, and then everybody would have been so wild by family sharing, oh my God. And that when the restrictions come in on some little text at the bottom of the fucking screen, then when people talk about it and be like, hey, this is bad. Man, come on, bro. Do you like anything? We don't like anything around here. You're so pessimistic. Like,
I mean,
that would have happened.
I didn't like the Nintendo. I didn't like the Nintendo Direct when I was watching it, and I'm sitting there going like, huh. I mean, Mario Kart looks cool.
You okay, how much the price right about it?
Yeah, I was like, yeah, what's the price at? I'm like, they gonna show the price, how much the game costs. Like, and that's all for today. For more information, please head to the Nintendo website to see all this stuff. I'm like, bro, what? Just tell everybody the damn price now. Like every other company does this. I'm like, bro, what y'all worry about the price for? PlayStation PS5 cost $700 fucking bucks. They at least still told me how much the damn thing costs. But y'all like, no.
It's almost nostalgic seeing the Switch do this. But what makes it sad is that it's Nintendo. But
yeah, like so the Switch 2, yay or nay?
Nay.
So can the Switch 2 play the Switch 1 games? Like straight out the back?
No.
If I have a Switch 1 game, I put it in the Switch 2.
Nope.
It plays.
I'm telling you what it is. You can stop now. The conversation's over. I'm telling you right now. No, you can't.
And I can buy it on sale because it's cheap because it's been out for so many years.
Nope. You can't do that either.
Boy, you must not have been paying attention. Nothing. You know the prices on Xbox. they raised the prices on Xbox and PlayStation now. They said they're going, we're gonna raise the prices on games.
Not only that, you remember because Nintendo, it was in that video you sent me, the one from Kang for Show.
Yep.
Where he's like, they actually have it to where older games are more expensive now, even if they're like a decade old. I think it's
Tears of the
Kingdom. Because they're doing the same thing PlayStation did, like upgrade to the Switch 2 features for $10-$20.
This shit barely even.
The game is still $60, by the way.
The game is still $60, but the game barely look an upgrade. And look, I'm gonna shit on one thing. I did not like Tears of the Kingdom. I did not like that game. That game was not worth no fucking even on the Switch 1. That game is not worth no fucking 70. Like it was literally,
Bro.
it's literally just Breath of the Wild. It's the same damn map, but all they did was add like a sky islands and like a depth from below thing.
And they ripped you off, huh? They ripped everybody off.
Well, no, they added a mechanic that I don't like. But when you basically play Minecraft and like or do some Lego shit and put some shit together and just go explore the world, but it's like, bro, I don't want to do that. I just don't.
See, I like that shit. I like building my gummy ships in Kingdom Hearts.
All right, you play. All right, Tears of the Kingdom is for you. I did not like that shit, my guy.
Damn, you can't even play the Switch 1 on the Switch 2.
Like, Herbert, you can play them, but they have to have an update first. You can't play it outside the box.
Oh, wow.
Because and also like there's only a certain list of Switch 1 games that will work on the Switch 2. Right.
Don't worry, the compatibility is always being updated.
And basically, when you plop it in there, you're just emulating the fucking game any damn way. So,
man, I'm so glad Ryujinx made that for us. Thank you,
Bro.
Ryujinx, and they did it for free.
God,
Your Steam Deck could have been a Switch 2. We already had a Switch 2.
I am going to pass on a Switch 2. I am going to get the Switch OLED and call it a day.
Really? Come on, Herbert, you don't want to come into the future, man? Come into the future with me. I'm holding my hand out so you can't see me on the screen, but I'm holding my hand.
The future is ripping me off.
Take my hand, Herbert. I'm gonna tell you like dude from
I'm getting ripped off on every corner.
Herbert,
I can't play the old games because I gotta pay to play the old games.
Come on, Herbert.
I don't even know them.
Come on,
yeah,
man.
I gotta pay to not even have the game.
No, man, Herbert, I'm holding my hand out like the dude from Scary Movie. Take my hand.
My strong hand.
No, take the other hand. That's my weak hand. This is my strong hand. Take my hand.
You just fell down.
Like, no. That's us. We are falling down.
I'm falling down like a motherfucker.
Grabbing
I'm
this.
not falling down. I'm in Gaben's embrace.
He fall into his arms, huh?
Like I said before, I already know. Look, I'll still be. I mean, I ain't gonna buy Mario Kart World. I mean, I know I'm still gonna be able to play it because I know certain people got the damn thing. They're gonna maybe play it anyway. But me buy this thing, no.
Yeah, I haven't seen.
The only way I'm buying this shit, they would have to lower the price, reverse every damn thing, and keep it that way.
Yeah,
but I can't trust them on that because, like, I forgot. Like I told Josh, like because of the Switch 2, they changed how game sharing works on the Switch 1, which is the dumbest shit in the world. It's like it used to be, you could buy a digital game, right? And for example, if Josh had a Switch and me and him are sharing an account together, he could just download my game, and then we could both play at the same time. So we could both play Mario Kart. We only pay like $60 for it for one person. But they introduced this new thing called Virtual Card, and because of that update, you can't do that anymore. Meaning that if I try to share with Josh gotta go get a copy of the game. He can't share it with no more.
You want to know who shares games really well?
Steam.
I got access to.
Thank you, Microsoft.
I have access across this entire library.
Bro, it was crazy. So I was talking about like Streets of Rage 4 at the beginning of the stream. And actually, Young Sykes was one of the people I was playing with. And we were essentially like playing, on Darius's game. Like we all just streamed from his game and played. It's crazy.
Yep. Game share. Just game share. Like, oh, we support play. We can play together.
It's like the technology and software has always been there, but for some reason, there are these artificial walls being put up that don't allow us to do the thing that we've always been able to do.
Look, okay.
Interest.
We know who the villains are. You know what I mean? It's kind of like if, let's say you got, let's say, I don't know, I'm trying to think of a villain. You got Darkseid. He's coming to destroy Earth. And you're like, oh, fuck, he coming. We got to deal with him. The Justice League is like, don't worry. We got your back. We're ready to defend. And you're like, all right, would you? I mean, you'd be a little worried still because you're like, well, there's still dark side. You know, I don't want to get murked, but I think Superman got it. But
Yeah.
man, I really don't want to be one of the few, maybe 20 people that get killed still, you know. But
Yeah, collateral damage.
I don't want to be the collateral damage. But you know, he got it. But what if instead Superman's like, I beat him 3 times already. He won't come back. It's like, bruh, his ship it is heading in the direction of Earth.
Is that a
It's like,
boom tube?
yeah, but
Big ass boom too. Like,
it's
you don't
not a
hear
real
shit.
big deal.
You don't see that. You don't see that flying army of demons that's coming out the sky. What are you talking about, bro?
The parademons. I don't think they just come in here to visit.
Yeah.
So it's like, who are you more mad at? Are you more mad at Darkseid at that point, or are you mad at Superman?
Superman. I'm mad at Superman because he should have said something. What the fuck did he
You're
say?
like, Superman, you know the threat. You know that Darkseid is here to kill everybody and enslave everyone, and you could do something about
He's
it.
always been about this.
He's always been this way. He's not going to change, and you know he's not going to change. We all know he's not going to change, but instead, you know, you're just like, it won't be that bad, and so it's like, and so it's like that's kind of like my issue with gamers. It's like, why are we still sitting here bitching about who is the villain? We already know who the villain is. We've seen this episode before, but we focus so much on like capitulating and like getting used to bad situations.
Yeah.
It's like, oh well, you know, it's really not that bad. It's like, okay, but why are they worth you sacrificing that or making deals with them when they're asking so much of you?
Because I love Nintendo. They've been there for me. They've been there for me, man. They my homeboy. They told me.
Yeah,
They told me they love me. But they told me they love me.
It's like that. It's like company, man.
Only heard on talking about. It's like that Transformers movie we watched. Like, oh, Optimus and Megatron. You guys are cool guys. I like you guys a lot. I really do. I like you, motherfuckers. No damn well do not. Don't even care. Barely know y'all names. Don't even give a damn about y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, but just another day in gaming for those who choose. You're like, hey, you like what you like. Don't let me stop you.
Gaming is where it is because gamers put it there.
Yep.
Think so?
Yep.
Absolutely.
Yep. Because if I hate to say it, if all the fans of the big three had as much balls as much as the PC people, yeah, we would have a lot better. We would have
we can say the opposite. We could say the opposite. If PC gamers were more like console gamers, PC gaming would have been fucked 10 years ago.
Yep, you're right. You're right about that.
Because Ubisoft and all their fucking DRM shit would have became normal. Games for Windows Live we would have been paying for fucking to play online, just like all the other fucking console people.
$150 just to play Shenmue 3, man.
Yeah, so it's like that only happens when people are uninformed, when they're like ignorant about how things work. Like PC gamers, they're like, no, you're not going to be able to pull the wool over my eyes when it comes to this shit. I'm not doing that because that's stupid. I'm not doing that. I know how a computer works. Bro, you're not making me pay for fucking online. Are you fucking kidding me? That's stupid. It's like, but console gamers, they don't know shit about this. So they like anything that a company tells them, they believe because they think, well, I don't know anything, you know?
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah,
like most people who have consoles are casual people. You know, they kind of want things to be done for them,
right? And in a way, it's not even like that's a completely terrible thing, but nowadays it is because they're going to take advantage of you. You have to assume that they're going to take advantage of you. We're not in the right, exactly.
Yep, we have too many examples, and we're at a point to where even as much as I love Steam and Gabe Newell, I got to keep your head on a swivel. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, yeah, when I say I love Gabe Newell, like, I'm joking. I don't know this guy. Never met him in person. He hasn't watered my grass or washed my car. Hasn't done any of those fucking things.
He hasn't turned on Final Fantasy to go check on your plants, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like, you really have to be careful with how you where you put these, companies, because companies are not people. You can appreciate the people behind the companies when they do good, but ultimately they're selling you a product, and the most you can do for yourself is have enough self-respect to make sure that you're not, you're being properly compensated. So if you're paying for something, make sure you get your money's worth. Don't get ripped off. Or when they come up and tell you something, kind of like with EA, when remember Outcome?
Yeah,
Outcome.
Yeah, it was a program people used to rip games from the Origin at the time, so that they could play the game offline without logging in Origin. Until Origin was like, no more of that. It's like, well, you're not looking out for my best interest, because I don't want to do that. I don't want to have to keep booting up this stupid ass app in order to play video games.
Or had them spy on my damn tax information because they just felt like it that one day because they leave a kernel in your whole damn computer to scan all your shit.
Yeah, like a lot of what do you call them? Anti-cheats. Yeah, there's only so many that can. There are different tiers of anti-cheats. Some of them go a little too far. It's like, well, I'm not playing that game. I don't need y'all poking around that part of my computer.
Really?
Yeah.
Kernel level anti-cheats. I think Battle Eye is one of them from Activision. So I'm playing the Activision games.
Activision be on the decline anyway. I mean, when's the last time Call of Duty's been like a phenomenon?
Well, it doesn't matter because all the normies still play it.
Sure.
Yeah.
It's
like Madden at this point, where everybody buy Madden no matter what. Everybody buy Call of Duty.
Still playing that bullshit.
And NBA 2K no matter what.
Yep. I think just like dude in that video you sent me, Chris, he was just like, yeah, you fucking NBA live bastards buy the same game every fucking year.
Yeah, Limit 2K20 is the same as 2K21.
Yeah.
And they upcharged them by like what, went from 60 to 70 real quick. It's the same game.
Yeah, because I forgot that it was a sports game that did that first.
Yep, sports games stay doing that shit.
That set us on the $70 a game path. It was a sports game that started that. I was like, wow, I forgot, because I remember it was NBA 2K something, 2K21.
It's 2K21.
Yep.
Damn.
It's like, yeah, you do it, the rest will follow suit. But yeah, we've been there, done that. But unless you guys have anything else to add,
that's the way the cookie crumbles.
Yeah.
I mean, other than that on this subject, do I hate the damn thing? No, because I can't hate something I haven't played nor I really care about. But I know you can. I know you can, and that's why we appreciate you. Damn it. But this shit, regardless of me not buying it, no matter if I buy it or whatever, this shit's gonna sell. But here's the thing: when the dust settles, the only way we're gonna see how this shit really pans out is when Christmas come along, because that's gonna be the real tale.
Yeah, because I think they said you can kind of see this thing with Nintendo. Whenever they do this, they tend to get humble.
Yep. So I'm hoping like history repeats itself, because that usually happens to them. Every time they try to they get big heads because we're doing fucking great. Let's just do this damn thing, and all of a sudden it's like they just get shitted on. It's like, well,
yeah. Well, hopefully they got some new Switch OLEDs for me.
I got plenty of them. I mean, Doug Bass told you to go buy one. Remember, he said go buy you one.
I think that's what I'll do when I get the money. I think that's what I'll do.
Oh yeah, he actually did say that. He repeated the Microsoft line. He said,
he did the Don Matrick line.
Yeah, he did the Don Matrick. Yeah, that's funny. I forgot about that. Oh yeah, if you don't want to switch two, we have to switch one.
Which is kind of funny because it's like, this is kind of a better deal than the
Xbox
One to the 360. So it's like,
man. They want you to, like you said, he wants you to interact with these characters in their worlds and stuff like that. And also, hey man, don't let me stop you. Doug said they're gonna keep on pushing DEI in the Nintendo games. I mean, that's why we log on and say, hey man, Buy Type 1 or 2, my guy.
I think I would rather just pirate.
Yeah, same here.
I already got a Switch 2. It's called a Steam Deck.
Yep, same
I
here.
see what Kuroki wrote. More like switch too much money.
Switch too much money. Damn.
Accurate.
Come on, Kuroki. Come on, bro. Like I'm handing. Come on, bro. Come in the future with me, man. Come on. We're gonna play Mario Kart World. We're gonna play an empty ass world. They ain't got nothing else doing it.
Donkey Kong Bonanza. Come on, man.
Come on,
you know what? You know what really like turned me off?
I can't wait to play the world.
Like, bro,
man.
like,
Come on, man.
This is like petty and like really silly. But I don't like that Donkey Kong don't look like Donkey Kong from Donkey Kong Country.
Well,
it's like he looks so ugly.
You want to give him a look for modern?
What did they do to Donkey Kong?
You want to give him a look for the modern age? Her, come on, man.
You got all the new textures, man. You got 4K upscale.
They don't feel like paying Rare anymore.
Yeah,
is that what it is?
Yes,
that's why he don't look like the Donkey Kong we've been looking at.
Yes, Rare. That's Rare's design of Donkey Kong.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought Nintendo owned that.
No.
Well, I mean,
but they own the character.
Like they own the character, but that specific version of Donkey Kong, that's Rare's design.
Really? So they had to pay Rare for that design?
Yeah.
That's the coolest. That's the coolest looking Donkey Kong ever to be.
Yeah. This is regular tie.
The Kong that you're looking at now, that's classic Kong.
Yeah, I know, and it's ugly as fuck. It's always
agreed.
On the side of the arcade cabinet.
The
old arcade cabinet Donkey Kong. It's just ugly.
And plus,
like Billy Mitchell, dude.
Plus, I mean,
to remind you of Billy Mitchell. Dude, you know why? I actually know the real reason. Actually, scratch what I just said. I know the real reason why. It's they're using that one. It's to pay homage to Billy Mitchell, dude, because he just slammed dunk Carl Jobs, So they were like, "Damn, we gotta pay it back, dude. Here you go. We put it in there. Oh, gee,
Billy Mitchell's Donkey Kong.
Billy Mitchell, the greatest gamer on the planet.
Oh my God, why you go there? Fucking Billy Mitchell.
Terrible.
Perfect. It is perfect.
But I'm gonna say, other than that, it's like all they're gonna do is use the same old IPs they've been using and then leave out the IPs they haven't used in years anyway. Because like I said before, haven't had a Star Fox game since the Wii U. Nobody cared about that one.
That's probably coming.
I can't wait until we get all the same third parties the Switch 1 have, but they'll actually play and run good on Switch 2. I can't wait to play Doom 2016 on my Switch 2 at 30 FPS, 30 solid FPS.
Nah, they're gonna have dark ages, man.
Because like I don't know. There's I think that's gonna happen because like there's a lot of games on previous Nintendo consoles that just got ported over to.
Yep.
And to end it off, remakes.
I play it. Hold on. What did you send it to me, Tevin? You sent me on Discord.
Yeah. I mean, you can find it on YouTube. His name is Chris Voiceman.
Because that's what's gonna happen with the Switch 2, regardless of all the new shit. It's gonna be
that's modern gaming.
It's modern
in general.
It ain't gonna lie. Look, I'm the guy that buys some of the remakes only because it's like, look, because I done lost them and I don't have the old one. I had no way to obtain it. But after this, I'm good. This shit's staying with me, so I'm dead. Damn it.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm gonna buy a Switch specifically for Xenoblade Chronicles X.
All right, hold on, y'all. I gotta play this. This should probably be like the new intro song at this point.
Yeah, do it, please.
69. Nice.
$69 console game.
God dang it! Why is it so fucking troll? Damn it, man!
Yeah.
Oh man, top dollar for Switch One games? Genius, pure genius. Nintendo does it again without making
Terrible.
a single new game.
Terrible.
Boy, but I think that'll do it for today's episode of For the Boys. As always, thank the boys for coming out for this episode. Young Sykes, H3 the Game, and Cross. Thank you very much. But we'll see you next time on H3 the Game's live stream later this weekend. I meant to tell you, like, StreamYard has a thing where we can like dual stream on both channels now.
Really?
So, yeah, we should probably
Yeah, let's try that. Yeah, let's
Yeah.
try it.
But till next time, y'all folks, I am your Immortal Afro Josh. You are watching Immortal Afro Gaming, where we will make gaming niche again. We'll catch you next time. Peace.